looks like the rain's coming down today. They said it's supposed to actually last for a couple of days actually. I guess we'll see. No flying possibly? Well, I guess with that in mind, it was kind of interesting reading this one. It was about drone delivery. And here, the article kind of mentioned that they decided to use this place because of things like, I guess, regulations and stuff. It's more lax. Here it says, so long to the drive-thru. This North Texas town just got a drone delivery service. It's the first city in Texas to feature food drone delivery. I guess they raised a question here too. Are people prepared for, I guess, quote, change? Because it says, how do you look to the future when your city is so committed to preserving the past? And Grandbury, just look up. Whenever they look back, they'll say Grandbury was the first city in Texas to have a drone, said Jason McGarry, Regional Manager of Operations of Flytrex. There are other drones, but the new one in Grandbury is the first one that'll bring dinner. So here they reference why they chose areas like this, just because of things like the regulations are more laxed, I guess. It says oftentimes there are many restrictions in heavily populated areas like Dallas and Fort Worth, which is why Grandbury was the perfect spot. Customers who live within a mile of the launch pad can order from the Flytrex app, which includes many quick service restaurants in the city. Once the food is ready, a representative from Flytrex picks it up and loads it in the drone. It's then delivered to a customer's house or delivered pointless in less than 5 minutes. For most customers, it's exciting to see. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people do this just to see what it's like, just because it's so new still. It does make me wonder too, just aside from things like the regulations and all that, because it says here, when someone orders something, then someone who works for the company will go pick up the food and fly it. Is this going to be like the future Uber? Someone or a restaurant says, oh, I have an order, I need a pilot or something like that. And then someone will just bring their own drone. Okay, I'll fly it from here to there. I do wonder too, with the weather, like today it's raining, with a lot of these promotional videos, it looks like they're just carrying the items in an open bag of sort, or even if it is, let's just say a cardboard cover, wouldn't the rain and stuff potentially damage it or cause a lot of issues? So it makes me wonder too whether or not this type of service would only be applicable during good weather times, like when it's sunny, currently anyways. And with that in mind of food, apparently this was going in a lot of places. There's something wrong with Lucky Charms cereal. It says Canada's Food Safety Agency monitoring Lucky Charms investigation in the US. The US FDA is investigating Lucky Charms cereal after dozens of American customers complained of illness after eating it. The CFIA says it is monitoring the situation closely. And according to this, no recall has been issued for the product, so at this point they're just not sure, but it says the FDA said Saturday it has received more than 100 complaints related to Lucky Charms so far this year. And according to various websites, it says people are complaining of nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting after eating Lucky Charms. And this site specifically, the iwaspoisoned.com, it says they claim there's upwards of 3,000 people that have been reporting falling ill, I guess after eating the cereal and so forth. So who knows what's going on? Makes me wonder if I walk into the supermarket, will I see this on the shelf still? And this was a weird piece of news. Imagine working for a company, they know it's your birthday, and then they throw you a surprise of sort. Most people would say that's great, but in this case, someone actually sued a company for doing that for what, $450,000? This one says, man awarded $450,000 after panic attacks, firing following birthday party he asked company not to hold. A Kentucky jury has awarded $450,000 to a man who sued his employer after he asked the company not to celebrate his birthday at work, but the company did anyway. Kevin Burling told his manager at Gravity Diagnostics in Covington in 2019 that a birthday celebration would cause him immense stress. He worked there for about 10 months, reports CBC Cincinnati affiliate WKRC-TV, and because he suffers from anxiety disorders and panic attacks, he requested that the company not celebrate his birthday as it normally does for its workers. So apparently the manager forgot about that request, and afterwards it says his bosses held a meeting with Burling the next day about the incident, setting off another attack when his supervisor chastised him for stealing his co-worker's joy and being a little girl, the suit said. Burling was fired after the second attack. The company told him it was worried about him being angry and possibly violent. So ultimately he filed suit based on things like discrimination, I guess, and wrongful termination, would that be the right way to say it? And it said the jury returned the verdict after a 2-day trial in Kenton Country that ended in late March, awarding him $300,000 for emotional distress and $150,000 in lost wages. An attorney for the company, Catherine Kennedy, said it continues to deny liability and is pursuing its post-trial options. Kind of an interesting, I guess, situation. Imagine that. I actually do know, I guess, some people who have anxiety disorders of sorts, and they get extreme panic attacks just when there's a bunch of people around them. So I wouldn't doubt that would cause the person to have an enormous amount of, I guess, stress and all that. It's just kind of interesting where some things that you think are so normal to you could be completely different for someone else just due to some type of, I guess, issue. Okay, definitely no flying today, I guess, with all the rain. What should I try to do for some archive experiments today, huh? Alright, see you guys later.